Hello, doctor. My name is Ching and my entry number is 270171. Now I'm gonna start from my presentation. For my part, I'm present about introduction for Nike company and Adidas. For Nike company, it was founded in 1964 and its revenue has around 37.4 billion and overall number of workers has around 38,000 people. And the headquarters of Nike is in Barrington, Oregon of United States, and it carries out activities which like involve the design, development, and manufacture of clothing, apparel, equipment, accessories, and service which sell and marketing to the worldwide. And for the CEO of Nike is Mark Parker. In 1979, he has joined as first footwear designer in the Nike company and bring out his own creativity while such as position which is Vice President of Consumer Product Marketing and Vice President of Global Footwear and also the co-president of Nike brand. He also served on the Walt Disney Company as the board of director and gained a bachelor's degree in political science from Penn State. Now let's have a look for the introduction of Adidas. Adidas is a company which founded in year 1949 and it was headquartered in the Herzog of Germany, and its activity is carried out same with the Nike company, and its revenue for a year is 23,400 billions, and its overall number of workers has around 59,000 people in around the worldwide, and which more than Nike company. And for the CEO of Adidas is Kasper Rosted, has held a degree in International Business Study from Copenhagen Business College from the Denmark and graduated in 1985 and completed several executive programs at Harvard Business School of United States. Kasper Rosted also acquired useful managerial experience at Oracle, Compaq, and Hewlett Packard in the IT industry during his career. That's all for my part. Thank you.
There are 5 Nike challenges which are COVID-19, high competitive pressure, counterfeit products, foreign exchange currency and market risk, and also ethical issue. For the COVID-19, it has affected Nike sales in all markets. It is believed that the pandemic is going to last even the vaccine has arrived. Nike also faced the change of customer preference in this pandemic. For the high competitive pressure, the number of competitors in shoe and clothing industry increased rapidly. The operational costs in the company also increased as the company invests a lot in the field of marketing and product innovations. For the counterfeit product, Nike incomes and reputation affected by counterfeit items. This is because a lot of merchandisers sell counterfeit Nike at cheaper price. For the foreign exchange currency and market risk, any currency fluctuation, financial crisis, weakening customer sentiment can bring impact to Nike. Nike also faced ethical issues such as child labor, high-cost endorsement, low wages, and high-cost products. Here is the solution to solve the Nike challenge. To solve the COVID-19 challenge, the company has utilized its platform. The company also provides resources, inspiration, and affirmation through digital ecosystem of Nike. To solve the challenge of high competitive pressure, the company has heavy focus on marketing. The company used digital platforms and combined with conventional channels and in-store marketing. The company also works with law enforcement and customs on a global basis to protect its brand. Nike company also joined with Amazon to eliminate third-party sellers to encounter the problem of counterfeit products. For the foreign exchange currency and market risk problem, Nike company has used several financial instruments in currency options such as the techniques of variance to variance based on the adjustment. To encounter the problem of ethical issues, Nike company has established the code of conduct so that the factories can follow the rules.
My name is Taekwon and my batch number is 270250. Next, I will explain about the challenge and solution of Adidas. The first challenge faced by the Adidas is managing supply chain. Adidas faced a lack of ability manager to manage the complex and multi-layer supply chain. As a result, they are inefficient to manage distribution and warehouse. Besides, Adidas is the one of the sponsors for major sporting events. They face the movie effect as the factor of uncertainty product demand and the factor forecasting error. Besides is the challenge about the environmental responsibility. Environment sustainability face many tricks to Adidas company and its operation. Without affect the product's function and quality, Adidas aim for reducing negative impact of environmental in manufacture the product. It is difficult for the Adidas operation has to meet the company objective while achieving the cost effectiveness and the lean production. Next is the challenge in build up credibility and the trust. The stakeholders claim that Adidas only can make limited progress in improvement of working conditions. There are certain stakeholders have raised their concern about the assumption that products are sourced from the countries where freedom of association is legally resisted. Next is the solution made by Adidas to solve the challenge. To solve challenge in managing supply chain, Adidas emphasizes on supporting supplier self-government, where the supplier can take responsibility for their performance. Adidas also provides training for suppliers to improve the quality of supply chain. They also will promote workplace standards to improve the workplace environment conditions. The Adidas also will implement the DDSC to decrease the movie effect. To solve challenge in environmental responsibility, Adidas used the end-of-pipe solution to reduce the pollution and is friendly with the environment. They are designed the principle and should be followed by the company to solve the environmental issue. They are required the supplier implement a management system to schedule, monitor, and review the environmental result. Besides, the raw materials supplied by the supplier to Adidas have to achieve the local standard globally, which the products are non-toxic in use, harmless to the human health, and it can be disposed wisely after use. To solve challenges in build up credibility and trust, to ensure the transparency, disclosure, and collaboration among the stakeholders, Adidas report regularly on complex work, not only including the location of our supply globally, but also program to evaluation, accreditation, and public reporting by the Fair Labor Association.
Now I will be talking about the recommendations for Nike's challenges. First and foremost, for COVID-19, advanced innovations from technology can help relieve the impacts by boosting worker well-being, operational proficiency, resource efficiency, and item quality. An example would be wearable advances and enlarged reality glasses, which can upgrade distant help with upkeep when administrators need off-site help due to impediments of movement. As for high competitive pressure, the recommended solution would be the differentiation strategy. A differentiation strategy is a way organizations create as to giving clients something special, extraordinary, and unmistakable from things their rivals will or might have offered in the commercial center. A focused differentiation strategy requires the business to offer one of a kind of highlight to an item or administration, and it should satisfy the necessities of a specialty or restricted market. The strategy also includes actualizing the organization's methodology and making a brand picture by guaranteeing better quality. Next, to tackle counterfeit products, Industry 4.0 arrangements transform practically any item into a brilliant item that makers, brands, and retailers can track and follow all through the inventory network progressively. Some of them are the blockchain technology and the clone-proof tags. The blockchain technology is a record-keeping innovation that utilizes decentralized and encoded blocks of computerized information. Clone-proof tags expand on the qualities of customary verification codes, marks, and labels, yet add more layers of security. Moving on, the cost leadership strategy can be employed to deal with foreign exchange currency and market risks. Cost leadership represents a system about building up the upper hand as of having the most minimal expense of activity in the business. This procedure is valuable in a market where the cost turns out to be a significant factor. However, the organization can contend using the cost leadership strategy if only they import their abilities in cost initiative towards the unfamiliar market. Lastly, education towards employees would be the answer to ethical issues. Workers at each level need clear, exact data to comprehend the laws and guidelines that apply to their positions, and more significant, to comprehend the corporate qualities they ought to receive in the working environment. The organization could make manageability programs that set workers in a place that permits workers to offset sympathy and feeling with reason and insight. That's all from me, and we shall move on to the next part.
Thank you, Jovan, for the presentation just now. Now I would like to continue with the recommendation for Adidas challenges. The first challenges of Adidas are in the supply chain. We found out that there are three main problems in the supply chain of Adidas. That are lack of qualified and high ability managers, inefficiency in managing the warehouse and distribution, and finally, difficulty in managing the product's demands. For the first problem, there is a lack of qualified and high ability managers. We suggest that Adidas should form a university business corporation as known as UBC to search for talents. In the second problem, that is inefficiency in managing the warehouse and distribution, we suggest that Adidas should use data to cut down the long supply chain costs. And finally, for the last problem in the supply chain, that is difficulty in managing the product's demands, we suggest that Adidas should foster the supply chain communication and collaboration. The second challenge for Adidas is on the environmental responsibility. To solve this problem, we suggest that Adidas can expand the usage of recycled and sustainable materials in every product available. Besides, we strongly suggest that Adidas should organize campaigns in every country to raise the awareness on the environmental issue for the people. Lastly, we suggest that Adidas should appoint environmental groups or personnel as their advisor in dealing with the environmental responsibility issue. The third challenge for Adidas is to build up credibility and trust. To solve this problem, Adidas should increase the level of transparency in the internal stage. For example, Adidas should promote a working environment that emphasizes on reward-giving systems to workers who are honest in telling the truth. Besides, Adidas should always protect their workers who have been abused as an act of providing organizational support for transparency.